This started for him a couple of years back now, where he was very ill. On CT, we diagnosed discospondylitis, which is an infection in the discs down the spinal cord. And the inflammation around those infections impacted the spine. So he is just weaker with his nerves and his muscle control. So instead of being up like a normal penguin, he's down flat on what would be like our ankles. Bumblefoot is not an infrequent diagnosis in birds. It usually means the animal has either a skeletal or a neurologic problem and they're bearing weight inappropriately, or if they say we're a perching bird and had inappropriate types of perching to hold on to. But with Lucas's case, it's because he has the spinal injury that causes him to walk flatter.
You ready, Bubba?
And you get a nice outline of the foot and how he bears weight, or like how much pressure he's going to put on his toes when he breaks over.
Because of the way the shoes have been constructed, they're forcing him to walk a little bit differently. They're kind of moving him forward, so there's a little padding on the inside that forces his foot forward, so we see him actually moving his toes when he walks now, which is something we hadn't seen in years. So the shoes are, you know, as we said, this is an evolution, it's a process. This is where we are now, and we can just hope that in the future we can continue to make shoes that are appropriate for him, that will help him get more and more comfortable walking. Lucas was not walking appropriately. He was showing a lot of tenderness on his left side, which is where his bumble is located. So you would see him listing to the right a bit, and you would see him limping on his left foot. Since we've been able to put the shoes on him, he's shown a much more normal gait. Walking on flat surfaces, there's no limping, there's no favoring his left side any longer.
One thing that's special about the Therapaw boots that we're using is they're very individual. It's like, instead of taking like a size 9 off the shelf at the shoe store, these are geared specifically for him. But he like this little head bob. It's been far enough since his discospondylitis that if he was going to regain normal nerve function, he would have. So because of that, he's going to always be impaired with how he walks. He will have to wear these boots for the rest of his life, or something like that. So for the rest of his life, we'll be doing different mitigations to try to keep his feet as healthy as we can and keep him as comfortable as we can.
I'm so excited that we've been able to do this for Lucas. Lucas was one of the first birds that I raised here at San Diego Zoo. So I've known him since he was an egg, and we are very attached to each other. So it warms my heart just to know that we've been able to do something to make him more comfortable and to make him fit into the colony a little bit better.